Hey, so today we're going to be doing some balancing activities, and these are specifically used to activate the glutes through stabilization. Even though this is a short sequence, I want you to focus on moving with control. So basically, the slower you can transition between these poses, the better. You'll probably find that one leg is more stable than the other, and this is very common. But the idea here is that you want to spend more time on that weaker leg, even though you're drawn to standing on the stronger leg. Try and correct the imbalances between that right and left glute. And not always is it about the amount of strength, but it's actually about the activation of the muscle. So what will this do for you? It will 100% improve your power output because your glutes are now firing at their maximum potential. It will also aim to decrease the risk of injury due to compensation patterns, and these patterns or these injuries arise over time when you have a different muscle strength or activation from left to right side.
So let's begin at the front of the mat. Look down at your toes, spread them wide, then tuck your belly button under and begin to draw the left knee up. Flex your toes and then wrap your left hand around the front of the knee and draw it out to the side, pausing here. So this is a modified version of extended hand to big toe pose. I'd like you to try and plug your right hip in and then lengthen through the left side of the body. From here, extend your right hand out, and if you can, begin to draw your gaze to the fingertips of the right hand. Looking past the fingertips, begin to draw your attention towards something that's still. Turn the gaze to the front of the room and then draw the left knee back to the center line, extending the hands above the head and pausing here. Shift the weight forward and begin to extend the left leg behind you, slowly with control placing the foot down on the ground. Look down at the front toes and shift your weight forward so that the right knee is stacked over the ankle. And then tuck the tailbone under, bending the back knee if you need. In crescent lunge, take a breath in, and on the exhale, plant the hands down either side of the front foot. Become active in the back leg, and when you're ready, draw your right fingertips up towards the sky and draw the gaze past the thumb. Be mindful not to sag in the left hip, and stay active in the left leg by pushing out through the left heel and lifting the left kneecap. From revolved crescent lunge, bring the right hand to the ground and pause. Bend the front knee, shift the weight forward and begin to lift the left leg off the ground, coming into Warrior 3. If you feel comfortable, bring your hands to your chest and then begin to straighten your front knee. Draw your shoulders back, creating a gentle arch in the lower back and one straight line from the crown of the head down to the heel of the left foot. Slowly begin to lift your chest and bring the left knee forward and then release the foot to the ground. And just roll out your right ankle before we move on to the other side. Feet hip width apart. Ground down through all four corners of the feet and draw the tailbone towards the ground. And then draw the right knee up. Extend the right hand out and begin to draw the knee to the side. Tuck the belly button towards the spine and extend the left hand out. When you're ready, turning the gaze to the left fingertips, and if you fall out of the pose, persist with trying to move back into that position, knowing that as you're doing this, you're building that strength and stability in the core muscles, including the glutes and the leg stabilizers. Try to spend more time balancing on the weaker leg to correct the imbalances between the right and the left glute. Return your gaze to the center and draw the knee in as you extend the hands above the head. Shift your weight forward and extend your right leg behind the body to crescent lunge. See if you can wriggle the right foot back and then tuck the tailbone under. Lengthen through the fingertips and soften the shoulders. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, plant the hands down. Become active in the back leg, rolling forward onto the toes of the right foot, and then extend the left hand to the ceiling. And if you feel comfortable, turn your gaze towards the ceiling. Turn your gaze back down to your mat and place the left hand down. Shift the weight forward and begin to lift the back leg. Flexing the right toes towards the shin, begin to draw the chest up. Your back leg does not need to come high. Just make sure you're keeping the leg active by flexing the toes and pushing out through the heel of the right foot. On the inhale, with control, begin to draw the right knee forward, keeping the toes flexed, coming to a stand. Release the foot to the ground and you are done.